Hey, what's up? I'm your host, Bob Thompson, and welcome to Unleashing Greatness, the #1 show for people who are ready to finally start or scale their own business and do it successfully. Over the last 9 years, I've scaled my little basement business to 15 plus locations and several other businesses, but it hasn't been without trial and error and lots of adversity. I'm here to share with you the strategies and tools that actually work when running a business and how not to lose yourself while doing it. So if you're ready to unleash the greatness within you, let's dive into today's show. Hey, welcome back to Unleashing Greatness. Today I want to talk about really the takeaways from the Legion convention that I had last week. So I went back east and we had a 2-day event where all the franchisees for Legion Transformation Center came together. We took a look at the past year. We took a look at our business model and everything that goes with it. And then also we took a look at the next year. So we rewarded the successes and the badassery from 2021. We dug back in to get really refocused and take a line of like, hey, here's what we do. Here's how we do it. And then we were also like, here's some really cool new things that we're going to do for the upcoming year. And to get focused, then it's also going to allow us to continue to grow and make this upcoming year our most badass year. So when I was kind of thinking about the event, and the success that it was and like how amazing was the feedback, the reception, the fired up nature of all the franchisees, I wanted to kind of share about how it went. But ultimately, since obviously you weren't there, you're watching this on YouTube, you're listening to this in your car at work, working out or whatever, on whatever podcast app you're listening to, obviously if you weren't there, you couldn't have gotten that the benefits from it. But now looking back at it, what are kind of some maybe key takeaways that can get you kind of thinking, you can implement into your business or whatever. And so today I'm going to share that, but I'm not going to be going into the details of here's how we do our sales. Here's what our ads are. Eventually I'll get to that and share those with you, but that's not going to happen today. Instead it's here's this 10,000 foot view. Here are I think kind of the key things if you're in the gym business that you really need to think about, but it's any business, and to make happen. And I figured it would be cool to give it to you. And then after all this introduction rambling, I'm going to try and make it short and sweet for you too. So real quick, if you're watching this on YouTube, really would love you to like it, leave a comment or share it with somebody. Or if you're listening to this, again, all that I ask for me doing this is if you just, leave me a review or rating or share it with somebody that you think is going to get value out of it. So the first thing that I really think is important is what I keep trying to do in this franchise is keep it simple. The old saying, keep it simple, stupid. I really do try and take that to heart of how can I make almost this business, this franchise, open up a Legion, how can I make it plug and play so that everything that the gym owner needs, everything that the franchisee needs is there. It's easy and simple to use, not complex, easy and simple, so they can just operate and lead their team. And that was a big focus of the business. So I kind of define what we do in the gym, the business cycle of it in 4 areas. 1, we market and advertise into our signature offers. All right. 2, once we generate those leads from that marketing and advertising, we sell those new clients into those signature offers. Once they're in, we then wow them with experience to keep them or to ascend them into some higher tier programs. And then we repeat the process. If we really take a look at it, that's what the business cycle of a Legion is. So that's pretty simple. We don't need to overcomplicate it. We're offering large group training, semi-private training. We got some challenges on the front end, but we're freaking amazing when it comes to how we deliver it, how we make people feel so they're going to want to stay, refer, and then, upgrade their experience. So if that's kind of what we do, what's the how behind it? How do we make that happen? How do we ensure that with all these different owners that no matter the location they're getting, they're getting the same product? And that's kind of what I always look back to now, and I'm really trying to focus on as the franchisors. With all of our systems, how can it be even easier? How can it be plug and play? And that is a big focus on everything we're doing. Is I want them to it doesn't matter who's in their business, they have that tool. Not just here's this super long script that we need to memorize for sale or anything like that, but in speaking of sales, like here's this presentation. You have somebody come in. We have a lot of that automated for you with the software that they're getting to kind of take that away. So like, even with your ads are also taken care of for them. So like our franchisees, it's like, hey, your ads are done. Then they go into the software where then almost all the nurture is done for them. And then when they show up to the appointment, now you have this presentation that you just need to follow slide by slide to get them to sign up. And then, oh yeah, the workouts are already done as well. So as long as we're all kind of like making sure that we're just executing these things as best as possible, we know the outcome that's going to be. It's like baking a cake. It's a recipe. You follow all the ingredients to the exact measure, and you know the outcome that's going to happen. So that's the goal. But in order for that to be, it has to be easy and it has to be simple. So big thing there is how can I keep the business simple and how can I make it even simpler as we move forward and progress. Then knowing that we have the simplistic nature or all these things that are almost plug and play, how do we know that it's getting done? Something we want to remember is men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So if you're a trainer, think about it. How many times has somebody told you that they're working out, they're crushing their workouts? Oh yeah, I'm eating everything that I'm supposed to eat, but yet like the scale's going up. We know that with those two inputs, if they were correct, we know what that output should be if their goal was to lose weight. And ultimately, they didn't want to let you down or they didn't want to let themselves down. So they fudged the numbers a little bit. They fudged the truth, but then the numbers tell the real story. We want to have that in our business. We want to be able to have the data drive our decisions, tell us what's really going on, but then also be a checks and balances for you because you need to inspect what you expect. You can't just hope that things are going to happen, especially like for a franchisee, like the big thing for them is to operate and lead their team. So it's to ensure the locations are doing their thing and it's to make sure that the team members are being trained to their ultimate capability so they can kick ass in their role. Now, using data like scorecards or checklists and stuff of that nature will then tell you what's going on a daily and a weekly basis. We don't want to wait until the end of the month to be like, oh, I'm profitable. Or like for some gym owners, it could be months before they even look at their numbers. They have no idea what's happening. So the more you can get that data to give you the feedback, the more you can take, emotional component out of it and understand where your business needs work. Hey, is it sales? Is it marketing? Are we having a retention issue in this gym? So what are the measures that we have in place to improve retention? Like what's our experience like? What's our member relationships looking like? And then hey, this is where I can work on, with the team in particular. Instead of focusing, oftentimes we have a bias to focus on the things that we like or we're good at, but maybe that's not what that business needs at the current time. So the data will tell us, and you need to know that on a daily basis and a weekly basis. And also for your team members, they want to, they may not want it, but then they'll eventually soon to learn to love it, is having that scorecard will give them ownership of their role. So when they know kind of the data, like what's expected. So for our salespeople, we always say, hey, you should be getting at least 2 signups a day. And in order to get 2 signups, you're going to have the data that's going to tell you needed to have this happen, and this happen. So if that's not working, they can go and figure out what do they need to work on in order to make that end result there. And same thing for you. You can take a look at it. You can find where within the data points and the scorecards and everything like that it's maybe missing or broken, and then work on them directly and have the largest impact on your business. Again, we're eliminating the guesswork. We're also eliminating emotion, which is important, I believe, in the fitness industry because it's an emotion-driven business. We get into this field because we're passionate about helping people, about transforming people's lives. So sometimes things get a little cloudy and we have to take that step back and take a look at, hey, like this is actually what's going on. Here's the picture that's being painted. The data is going to give this. So that'll give you the pulse of your business. It'll take emotion out of it, but it allows you to have a checks and balances while also giving ownership to your team members so they can take a look at it and improve it without having to necessarily be told to, or feel like they're being hounded on. Which is also important because we want to remember that your gym, your business, it's an asset. And I always tell my franchisees, even if you never plan to sell, your business should always be built and grown to sell so that we can have a money later event. Like, isn't it awesome? You're building this gym, which can have some really decent profit margins which then will be enticing for somebody down the road. Maybe you're ready for the next phase of your life or something like that, or even if you're selling it to the kids or transferring to the kids, you have this asset, which is part of building your personal wealth. So we don't want to just hope things are going to happen. And we also, although that's a money later event, we don't want to just wait for the money later event. You can't predict certain things are going to happen, such as like a pandemic or anything like that nature. So the nature of business is to create profit. That's why you have a business. And whether you're just getting started or out there or like been around for a little bit, you should always be driving to increase and improve profitability. And when you do that, a lot of other things fall in place. So what I was really trying to, because obviously I didn't have this implemented when I was running my gyms. Towards the very end, we started putting it in play. But I really recommend gym owners use profit first when they're taking a look at their accounting and their numbers and the finance and all that stuff. Ultimately, because like we're not accountants, and human nature is to take a look at your bank account and the balance to make decisions. So profit first will ensure that your business is being profitable, and then everything is aligned. But also that means that you're making money from your business. So all the time and effort that you're putting in, yeah, maybe you have this money later event, but you make some money now, and that should be the goal. Too many gym owners will be losing money or breaking even, essentially working for free or nothing. Essentially, they're paying to own their own business because they're putting money in or whatever. You don't want to have that happen. The gym industry or any business can be massively profitable, but you have to also drive for it. What you focus on is what the result you're going to get. So that's a big thing we're there. But also talking about personal finance is we want to understand that the assets and the wealth, everything of that nature, if our personal finances are on point, generally we probably have a better mentality when it comes to our business finances. Which then kind of takes us, because we kind of mentioned this, to like kind of the last point, another like really a big takeaway, and what we actually focus a lot on in the beginning of the event was a mindset. Was really having an abundant mindset and not a scarce mindset, which can be tough if you're a new business owner and then you open up and then all of a sudden you go through this crazy world event that still lingers in some regards. How can have that impact on you? Because you're going to kind of like recoil, and you're going to kind of sometimes work in fear, or you have this you don't want to lose anything or any of that nature. But instead, we want to have this abundant mindset that goes, hey, there's plenty of business to go around even right now, and screw everybody else. If we implement correctly, like that's what's going to happen, and people are going to come to us. We're going to sign them up. We're going to change their lives. And the business is going to grow. But we have to have the right mindset in order to get there. We can't have that scarce mindset. And this is, I think, the biggest thing I've seen probably for those that are successful versus those that are not successful, whether it be personal wealth or in their life or anything like that. It comes down to mindset. And especially those that are making money versus those that aren't making money. If you believe you can make money and that you're going to make money and there's plenty of money to be out there, chances are you're going to make money. So that's a big thing. We have to have the right mindset. Without the right mindset, everything else becomes super difficult. So just to kind of wrap that up, taking that 10,000 foot view of the Legion Convention and really what I think would be like taking a look at it, like the most valuable aspects of it is keeping things simple. How can I make my business more simple than it is today and easier to operate? Like remove the confusion, keep it simple. 2, understanding that men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So having data to make decisions and create those checks and balances. Keep in mind that your business is an asset for a money later event, but you should also be driving money from it now. So be profit driven. And then also, at the end of the day, you have to have the right mindset. If your mindset is screwed up, then chances are everything else is going to be screwed up as well. So really focusing and building the right mindset and constantly nurturing that is going to be one of the best things that you can do for yourself in life and business. So with that, I hope today that you got a lot of value. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, love to have a comment, love for you to like it, share it, all that great stuff. And if you're listening to this, if you think somebody can get some value out of it, love if you'd share it with them. And then also if you haven't yet, leave me a review. All right, until next time, I'll catch you later. Hey, thanks for spending your time with me today. I made this show to help people just like you overcome the challenges and adversity that come with entrepreneurship. So if you know someone that could truly benefit from today's show, please be sure to share this episode with them. Thanks again, and I'll see you next week on Unleashing Greatness.